what is the difference between Joe and the average tradesman? There's a question for you, right? So it's something that I'm looking at all the time. I'm talking to many different people, and as you know, I'm no longer in the building game. I spend a lot of my time helping tradesmen improve their business. I have a business mentorship program specifically for tradesmen. But the question is, what's the difference between Joe and the average tradesman? Why is Joe being able to excel and move forward to a certain degree when most tradesmen haven't, are still stuck on the tools, right? And I suppose we could dive in and talk about lots and lots of different things, but if we were to break it down into three different things, or the first three things, or the top three things, right? The first thing I would say is that from the day I was a kid, I decided I was going to be rich. I was going to make money through property. I was going to be an investor. I was going to make millions. That was my plan, right? Didn't realise it was going to take me so long now when I was a kid, but that was the thing. From a very early age, right? I remember setting up my first bank account when I was 16, so that's 22 years ago, to buy my first property, right? But it was a long time ago, but I had a plan, right? I didn't know what I was doing, but I had a plan back then. And I think so many people are just working for the sake of working to get a day's pay, working to get a day's pay plus a little bit more, working to get money up for the car, working to get money up for the holiday. They're working to get money up to buy themselves the things they want and the things they deserve, and that's fine, no problem. But for me, I was always working to buy the things I wanted and the things I felt I deserved, but that was always investments, right? And then the profit from those investments I was using to buy what I wanted, which, to be honest, thankfully was more investments, right? But like, the mistake people are making is they don't have a plan, right? So just be very, very careful of that. If you're out there now and you're plugging away and you're working your nuts off every day, make sure you have a plan. That would be the first thing, right? The second thing that I think you need to be very aware of is, we don't want you to be saving for the sake of saving. You never want to be saving for the sake of saving. You want to be saving for the sake of buying that next investment. Saving for the sake of getting closer to that next investment. It's super important. So when you make up your plan, right, the plan is only good if you have a daily target. So I suppose the first big thing to do is to have a plan. I want to do this. I want to take over the world. I want to do this. I want to buy a mansion, right? Just in case you don't know, my one's there, right? That's the big thing. And then after that, you have to have a target. So I always had my daily target. I didn't hit it every day, but I had my target, and I can't emphasize how important it is to have a target. After you find your daily target, like, it's super important that you focus, because you can have all the best intentions, the best skills, the best targets, but if you don't have focus, you ain't gonna hit it. And something that I was quite good at was that I could focus on one thing, follow one course until successful. That's what they call it, isn't it? FOCUS. But just focus on the one thing and stay there until you achieve whatever it is you want to achieve. Just focus is super important. Many people believe that they are good, they've got good focus, and the truth is they don't. They think they have, but they don't. And it's only when you experience absolute and true focus and you realize how easy it is for you to get stuff done, when you just eliminate all distractions and you just follow through on the one thing until you hit the objective, whatever that is. So now that we have a plan, now that we have a target, now that we're focusing on achieving this target, what's the next thing that we need to keep in mind? We need to keep in mind the fact that we're not in business for the sake of being in business. We're not being in business for the sake of having the most vans on the road, the most employees, right? We're in business for the sake of acquiring cash and taking that cash and implementing that, deploying that into investments that's going to make us more cash. So many times I see lads doing big jobs with very small margin and very little reward, just with the intention of getting to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, and they don't have any wealth building strategy in play. Like, I work in an office with me, and there's 7 of us in total, and we've got a couple of other part-timers that we take in. But because we are all super focused at all times on hitting targets and hitting objectives, we're not focused on expanding for the sake of expanding. And you know what, to be honest, I've no intention to ever have 100 employees, and if you do, that's fine. But you don't need to have a big, massive company to create a level of wealth that will give you a good quality of life. You know, if you've got 3 lads working for you, 2 vans on the road, and you're doing domestic work of any description, yes, you can hit 500 quid profit and more per day. If you're in the commercial space, yes, you can do it again. There's so much opportunity out there, lads, but you won't hit it unless you make a plan, unless you set a target, unless you focus, and unless you put that money to work for you elsewhere.